Weeks 33, 34, and part of 35. You guys, this might be my last pregnancy update video. What, lightning crotch or something? I don't know. Can we come up with a different word for that? Take number 3. Smack that out of him. Oh my god, I'm having really bad contractions right now. Then I have a doctor's appointment Monday, a doctor's appointment Tuesday, another doctor's appointment Friday, and I'm trying to be okay with it, so. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be updating you guys on weeks 33, 34, and then right now I'm 35 weeks. So I'm going to update you guys on just like the beginning of 35 weeks, and then hopefully I'll be able to make another video. You guys, this might be my last pregnancy update video. I don't know. Crossing fingers there's still another one, but who knows. So I'll start with week 33 and then make my way through to right now. So at week 33, I had an ultrasound like I do every single week. Actually, now I have them twice a week, which is lovely. It's nice to see the babies, but it's starting to get like, oh my gosh, we have to do this again. Oh my gosh, we have to do this again. It's getting to be a lot. And now they're so squished that I don't even really see them like very much. They just kind of go through and whatever. But my cervix was closing at, and it was at 2.6 at 33 weeks. So 2.6 in centimeters. And the ultrasound tech was like, I give you to 35 weeks. She did not have faith that I would make it past 35 weeks. And they were both head down, which was so cute, and they were both resting on my hips, and I was feeling a lot of hip pain because of that, because each one was on a different hip. And they were in the ultrasound, they were actually fist fighting, which was so cute. They were like, and I just thought it was so funny. I had dizziness, strong fatigue. I just crashed on the couch, and just feeling kind of anxious and weird. Obviously still contracting, and Logan dropped even down further into my pelvis that week, and I was starting to feel a pulling sensation on my cervix. Week 34, my cervix hadn't changed, it stayed the same, and they didn't tell me the baby's weight. No, that's not right. That Logan weighed 3 ounces. No, take number 3. That Logan weighed 3 pounds and 14 ounces, and that McKenna weighed 4 pounds and 9 ounces. And I just was like, are you sure? Because previously in my other video, Logan weighed 3 pounds 11 ounces. So that would mean in a 2-week period, he only gained 3 ounces. And I'm like, that is really hard for me to believe that he only gained 3 ounces. I've been eating so much, unless for some reason his placenta is like deficient or something. But then McKenna turned breech that week, of course. So she completely flipped. Her butt was down. And I was having on average about 10 contractions per hour. Not all of the contractions hurt that bad, but some of them do get really bad. So here, this is kind of like the end of week 34, and I just turned 35 weeks yesterday. So contractions 2 to 5 minutes apart has been the normal thing. And I know they tell you to go to the hospital if you are having contractions that close together, but it's just different for me because that's just how I contract. I've gone to the hospital multiple times and they just sent me home, or, you know, because there's nothing they can do. It's not labor. So, but this time around I've been feeling, or this week, I've been feeling cramping, which is like menstrual cramping, like really strong menstrual cramping. Which is different from just the Braxton Hicks contractions or like the tightening. Like it's like deeper, and it just feels like you're having a really horrible period, and it's just getting worse and worse. So it's very different Still having obviously the contraction with the stomach, but definitely feeling the cramping. And then shooting up into my cervix. So like, just like a shooting pain. I think they call it lightning crotch or something. I don't know. So yeah, having that. And now walking is starting to get really tough. Like every time I walk, I can feel like pain right up there. And I'm just like, ugh. And I'm having backache, which is obviously normal with this time around. I'm bigger, so I'm having a backache just because I'm so big that my back is like, okay, I've had enough. But also when I have contractions, it's going into my back and I'm just having like this aching feeling. Feeling a lot of pressure. I already kind of said that. Obviously, the kiddos have descended, so I'm feeling a lot of pressure from that. But on the good note, I feel like I can breathe a little bit better, but not too much because McKenna moves around so much. Now she's actually transverse. So week 33, she was head down. Week 34, she was breech. Week 35, she is transverse. Her head is on this side and her feet come over here. So that's fun. I think that's the worst position for me. I hate when she's transverse because it hurts so bad. Imagine like having one baby when you have a Braxton Hicks or just anything. It hurts and it goes onto that one baby, but having two babies inside of you and having the contractions hurts so much worse because they're pushing in different directions. And then your belly doesn't just go onto one object, it goes onto two objects which are pushing in different directions already. And so your belly doesn't make a nice little like, it's like, and it just feels like your skin is ripping, and it really is. I have gotten so many more stretch marks because of it, little tiny ones, but it's the little tiny ones and they like just like burn and feel like raw flesh. Like it feels so bad. The stretch marks. This is kind of TMI, but lost mucus plug. Oh, I hate that word, guys. Can we come up with a different word for that? But apparently that's a big sign that you could be going into labor soon. But that was on Sunday and now it's Wednesday. So don't know. Yesterday when I went to the doctor, they did check my cervix again and it was 0.2, which is pretty much, it's like 100% effaced now. So that means it's like paper thin. So your cervix starts out, it's like a tube. So it starts out about 5 to 4 centimeters, and then now it's paper thin. And I'm pretty sure, because, okay, for some reason, my doctors don't tell me what's going on. I have to like beg for information. So, and it's now that I've been having all these ultrasounds, I kind of know what they're looking at, and like, because of how many I've had, I don't even know, I've lost track of how many ultrasounds I've had in just this pregnancy. So, yeah. So I could see that she was looking at my cervix, and I could see like what they call tunneling. So the baby's head is here. I could see that it was starting to go like this all the way to the end. And I'm like, oh, it looks like it's tunneling. And she's like, maybe, because she's not supposed to tell me anything. But I'm like, I'm looking at the screen. My cervix is opening. I can see it. And then I went and I sat down with the doctor and I'm like, so is my cervix opening? And he's like, and like, he didn't like want to tell me. I don't know. And he was like, oh, we would have to check you. I'm like, we just did. He's like, but that would start labor. And he also saw my contractions. He opens it up. He looks at the little chart. And he's like, oh, because usually my contractions they look like little hills. Okay. But this time around, they looked like up, stay, down. Up, stay, down. So you could tell that they were getting stronger and lasting for longer. And I could tell that by just looking at the little sheet on the paper, which now I've learned to kind of try to gather as much information as I can while I'm there before I sit down with the doctor, because he doesn't disclose anything. And he's just like, oh, I see you're having stronger contractions. Yeah, okay. And I'm like, I had to ask him how long my cervix was, and then he finally told me. It's almost like they don't want to say. Is anyone else having this problem with the doctors? I don't know. And then he was like, okay, well, you're not on active labor because you're still smiling. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's comforting. And then I went home, and when I was driving home, it was very painful contractions the entire way home. And when I got home, I just had to lay on my bed. Contractions coming, very crampy. Right now I'm even having crampy contractions, but and then all through the night last night I was having such bad contractions. But the thing is I was like, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. I was just there, and they're gonna just check me for this a cervical exam, which could start labor. And I had a feeling that this was just false labor, and I was right, because I woke up this morning and the contractions had subsided. They were still there a little bit, but nothing like they were. So that's obviously false labor, because if you were in real labor, they would not stop. They would just continue and get stronger. So I am very happy that I didn't go in. I guess I'll know when I need to go in. I don't really know. I have gotten swollen. You can't really tell here, but my fingers are swollen. Like, I couldn't get my ring off, and I finally got it off, and I'm not putting it back on. My feet are swollen, ankles a little swollen. Not to the point where it looks concerning, but definitely I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm swollen. So I went on Tuesday to the doctor and got an ultrasound and everything, and then I have to go Friday to the doctor again, so in a day and a half or so. And he's like, I'll see you Friday if you're still pregnant. Like, thanks. And then I have a doctor's appointment Monday, a doctor's appointment Tuesday, another doctor's appointment Friday. So some of the things that I just miss so much, and I'm ready for this like pregnancy to be done. I miss exercising. I love exercising. I know a lot of people don't like exercising. They just like the benefits from exercising, but I actually really like exercising, and I love stretching, and I love dancing, and I can't do any of those things, and I really miss teaching. Last night I had a chance to FaceTime with my students like in class, and I was just like, oh, I miss them so much, and I just miss like teaching. I miss drinking coffee like there's no tomorrow. I used to have like 3 cups a day, and now I can't have any, and sometimes I have like a little tiny half a cup, and I'm like, oh, the coffee. So I really miss coffee. Target. I miss going to Target and walking around for no reason. I can't do that. I can't go to the store, I can't go to the mall, I can't go food shopping, I can't go anywhere, and I'm basically stuck in this house. And if I miss like the freedom of like, Liam, let's go to the park, let's go to this place, and we used to have so much fun, and I'm stuck here, and that is so hard for me because I love to be out and about and doing things. Oddly, I never thought I would say this, but I kind of miss cleaning. I miss feeling like, okay, I want to organize this, and then going and cleaning things, because now it's very limited. Sometimes I feel good enough to go and clean like 1 or 2 things, but even then I'm not really supposed to do that. Like, I need to be sitting down, and it's just like, come on. Yeah, so that is like all the symptoms I've been having and what I'm going through. Liam's doing great. He is going through a little bit of a like bratty phase, which I need to smack that out of him. But he's just, I think what's happening is he can tell things are changing and shifting already, and it's just, and he's almost 2.5. On the 15th he'll be 2.5, and you know, it's hard for him to, he knows I'm gonna have babies, and he doesn't really know what that means, and you know, I can't play with him as much, I can't take him places, he's stuck in the house. It's tough for him too. Oh my god, I'm having really bad contractions right now. So I could go into labor at any time. I could go into labor this week, tomorrow, today, or I could go into labor next week. I really hope to make it till Tuesday, which is 36 weeks, because that would be so fantastic for the twins. And hopefully, I don't know how much Logan weighs right now, but hopefully he weighs enough that he won't have to stay in the NICU for very long, or at all. I think that McKenna is probably over 5 pounds right now, and I really want Logan to get to at least 5 pounds. And I still don't know if I'm gonna have a cesarean or a natural birth. I have a feeling that it's gonna end up being a cesarean because my doctor is not comfortable delivering McKenna breached, or transversed or anything except for head down. And she just changes every single second. So even if she is head down, she's gonna change. I know she's gonna change. So I could have Logan like naturally and then have to go into emergency surgery for McKenna. And that is something I really don't want to have to recover from both types of birth. That just sounds unnecessary to me. So I might just opt for a C-section, which I really hate. So, sorry, my camera died. So, like I was saying, I know that obviously birth in general isn't fun. But I remember with Liam, with my C-section last time, it takes so much longer to get back in shape and back in just feeling normal. And I mean, it's not even about the scar really, because I already have a scar. It's just, the muscles are completely destroyed. And your muscles are already having a tough time because of how much they've had to stretch out, and then you rip them apart. It's just, it's not ideal, but I'm like 70% sure that that's the route that we're gonna go. And I'm trying to be okay with it. So I'm gonna show you my belly and I'm gonna measure it for you. Okay, so here's the belly from the side and the front, and the other side, 35-week belly. And I'm gonna measure around. I feel like my belly button, it was an outie. Like, it was an innie, then it turned into an outie. Now it's just like flat because there's no more skin to stretch. Okay. All right, so we're exactly at 43 inches around. So I'm just gonna take a quick second to show you guys the stroller setup that we have. We had to get two different kinds of strollers. One's just the click-in, the Juvie Twinaroo, and the other one is the City Mini GT, and I will show you those real quick. This is the Juvie Twinaroo, and we're going to be using it when they're first born. These are the Graco Click Connect 35. This model we had with Liam, and then this is a newer model that we had to buy. They're really similar, but they're a little bit different. The structure is a little bit different. This one has a newborn structure in it, so I don't know if we're gonna actually need this. But this one doesn't. So these click in. So, and they can face both directions. So I'm pretty happy with it. So this is the City Mini GT, and I really like it. We can put the inserts in this from our other stroller, or the car seats, and they can sit in here when they're little. Or I can wear one of them, and a car seat can go in the other, and Liam can go in this one. We're still gonna have to figure that all out. But I really am glad that we got the GT version, not just the City Mini double, because they have really nicer suspension. The wheels are thicker and filled with that Forever Air stuff. Liam likes it, clearly. And I really like that it goes that far down on the shade, because we live in Florida and Shade is very important to us. All right, you guys, so that's pretty much it for weeks 33, 34, and part of 35. Hopefully I will make another video about this. If not, I will be updating you guys probably more my Instagram story. So make sure you're following me on Instagram so that you don't miss any updates about the twins. And I will see you guys later. Love you.